Crestview Angus, your source for premium, locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors have a tough, heavy-duty steel frame, so they can lift fallen trees and everything else thrown our way. And you're tough, too. You maintain roads and mend fences and give your neighbors a hand and still make it to church on Sunday. Now that stuff sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Yes, sir. Welcome into Woodard Gymnasium as we tip off our high school basketball coverage for the 2024-2025 season. Again, I'm Matt Davis bringing you a play-by-play coverage tonight of the Model Lady Devils as they get ready to take on the Bremen Lady Devils. So it's a battle of the Blue Devils tonight. We got 2 for the price of 1, and it's absolutely free if you're listening on the radio or if you're watching on the YouTube channel. And we do want to let you know that this broadcast, live coverage provided by Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ, is presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales, and we'll talk about some of the other fine sponsors of the broadcast as we go along throughout this production. But again, it's Model and Bremen tonight. We'll give you some backstory on these two teams and the season that they've had so far as we go along throughout the broadcast. But we just wanted to take this opportunity to welcome you in and let you know where we are and what we're doing. We're playing basketball tonight inside Woodard Gymnasium. Couldn't be more happy to be here to bring the call of the games for you. So let's go ahead and step out and take a 2.5-minute break. I'm still filling out my scorebook for Bremen. Couldn't get the roster until literally 5 minutes ago. So we're going to take a quick break, 2.5 minutes. We'll come back, get all that sorted out, and we'll jump into these matchups. We'll be right back on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media. 2.5 minutes. Get it going, man. It's good to see you, dude.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium, locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
Introducing the new Onward high-performance lithium-ion personal transportation vehicle from Club Car. When it comes to style, power, and performance, look no further. The Onward HP lithium-ion exceeds expectations with impressive hill climbing performance and high-power acceleration. No other vehicle in the industry can compete. Our automotive quality, self-contained battery is protected by a corrosion-resistant and watertight steel case. This state-of-the-art battery is maintenance-free. And with an industry-leading 6-year battery warranty, you can rest easy knowing your Onward HP lithium-ion is ready when you are. Welcome to the next era of Club Car innovation.
At Northwest Georgia Media, we're all about capturing the moments that matter to you. From sports to arts, from concerts to business events, we're equipped to share what's happening in your world, live and in high definition. We leverage cutting-edge technology and a knowledgeable crew to see that your most unforgettable events remain just that, unforgettable. Northwest Georgia Media, where the world is your audience.
All right, welcome you back live inside Woodard Gymnasium. We're at the home of the Model Blue Devils, Model High School, out here in the Shannon area tonight to bring you high school basketball coverage on WLAQ and also Northwest Georgia Media YouTube channel and Facebook and all that good stuff. So let's dive into the matchups. We're going to talk about the Bremen Lady Devils visiting here today. Having a good season so far. They're 4-0 and 1-0 in region play. Region 6 out of Single A Division 1, averaging 57.5 points a game, giving up just 15. Now, when you start to dive into the schedule that they've played this year, well, then you start to kind of peel back the layers of the onion, and it looks a little bit different because the wins are against Cedartown, a team that's 2-4. Mount Zion is 0-2. Dalton Academy's 0-4. Pepple's 0-5. So the teams that they've played this season, it's certainly not taken away from their success, but it is certainly worth noting that the teams that they've faced so far this season are combined 2-15. Now, conversely, on the other side, your Model Lady Devils, they are 3-0, 1-0 in region play out of 6A D1. So this is a region game tonight, but it has been a brutal schedule to start the season. They played against North Cobb, which is a 6A school, won that game 38-30. A lot of good defense played in that game. Second game of the year, that was on November the 30th at Cherokee County, and that was over Lassiter, 55-53. Little note about that game. Model trailed that game by 12 points, came back, won that exciting victory for the team, and that's a 5A school. And then they went on the road for the first region game of the year at a tough place to play and a really great atmosphere and environment at Darlington. I'm not sure the last time I saw that many people at Darlington for a basketball game. It was awesome. And Darlington dominated, or rather Model dominated Darlington 48-18 in that basketball game. And you would have 12 points from Sadie Rotten in that one, 9 for August Betts, and 8 for Cam Sanders. So it was a great night defensively. They got the scoring going in that one as well. And so a great start to the season for the Model Lady Blue Devils, playing some very confident ball on both sides of the ball. Great defense, putting pressure on other teams. And again, a very confident and experienced team. So it looks like this Model Lady Devils basketball team is poised to have a really excellent season if the trend continues. And I certainly feel like that will be the case. So again, it's Model Lady Devils and Bremen Lady Devils coming up here in just a few minutes. So we better go ahead and step out and take another break. But again, we're so glad that you're with us tonight here for the broadcast. Do want to let our radio listeners know while we got a second before we take our last break. And we're going to have a lot of basketball for you this week. And, of course, we've got 2 games for you tonight, a girls basketball game followed by the Model and Bremen boys. But tomorrow we turn our attention to college basketball. Georgia Tech men's basketball will be on the radio as the Yellow Jackets open up ACC play tomorrow at the Dean Smith Center. That's in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, of course, against the Tar Heels. 2 p.m. tip-off for that one. Pregame at 1:30 from the Georgia Tech Radio Network on WLAQ. So looking forward to that. Well, let's step out for 2.5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll give you the starting lineups, and we'll have tip-off. We're inside Woodard Gymnasium. It's model basketball time in 2.5 minutes.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
Now our national anthem. some basketball here tonight inside Woodard Gymnasium. And we do want to take an opportunity to let you know who the crew is tonight. Of course, PA announcer that you can hear right now is Grayson Atkins on cameras. You've got Clay Hardiker as well as Bennett Abernathy making his debut on cameras. You've got scoreboard and graphics with Caleb Bice. Replay tonight and gopher is David Corbett, and the director, guru, and fixer of stuff tonight is Nathan Patterson of Northwest Georgia Media. Here's your starting lineups. We'll start with the Bremen Lady Devils. Number 3, Cindy Claire Redding. Also number 4, Annabelle Langley. She's a junior. Number 12, Marley Daringer. She is a 6-foot junior. Number 14, Kaylin Hubbard, and number 20, Savannah Langley. And that rounds out the starting lineup for the Bremen Lady Devils. Their head coach is Drew Williams, and I got to be honest with you, I tried to dig up some information on this team and program, and it's kind of hard to come by. Basketball is a little bit different than the football season, in that sometimes it's hard to find information about certain teams, so we'll kind of fill that in as we go. But now we'll give you the starting lineup for your model Lady Devils. We're going to start with number 1, Cam Sanders, the 6-foot freshman. Number 14, 5'5" junior Javia Samples. Number 15, Sasha Wood, a junior. Number 21, August Betts, 5'11" senior. And rounding out the starting 5 here for your model Lady Devils tonight is going to be number 23, Eva Pointer, a 5'9" junior. So that's your starting lineup for model. And of course, Sally Eccles, the head coach, the winningest coach in model Lady Devils history, is the head coach of the Devils. And model so far this season, as we mentioned to you, starting off on a hot streak. They've won their first 3 games to start the season, and some tough ones at that, beating North Cobb, Lassiter in a come-from-behind victory where they were down by 12 early on, and then most recently earlier this week dominated Darlington at the Huffman Center. So looking to try to have the trend continue today. But we're ready to go for the tip-off of this one, and the ball is in the air, and we're underway. It's time for the ball game. Bremen wins the tip. Ball is nearly knocked loose, almost a turnover right out of the gate. They're going to send it up to the top of the key, try to work the perimeter. Very tight coverage on defense here for Model. They put a lot of pressure on the ball, almost another turnover right there for Bremen. They're able to hang on to it, but they're hanging on by a thread. Model threatening to end the first possession of the basketball game by turning Bremen over. Bremen still with the ball, though. They work it to the top of the key. Now try to get it off to the left side. Ball's knocked loose again. Ball is going to be picked up. Going to be a tie-up on the floor for it, and we're going to have a jump ball. But I got to tell you, that first possession on defense was unbelievable for the Model Lady Devils. They were all over Bremen the entire possession. Didn't even come close to getting a look at a shot, and nearly turned it over 3 times until Model finally forced a tie-up and ended up with possession of the ball, which they have now. They're going to send it to the left wing side, go to the baseline. Shot is up. It's going to be missed. They're going to get another look, though. Shot on the way. That one goes off the back of the rim, and Bremen gets the ball. So 2 quick looks there for Model, come up empty, but already playing some good ball right out of the gate. Bremen to the left wing side, 3 ball in the air. That's going to be an air ball. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Pointer. She's going to bring it up the floor quick. Nice bounce pass inside. They get it down to the baseline. I believe she stepped on the own line, and this is going to be coming back to Bremen. So a turnover for Model, 6:52 left to go, first quarter of the basketball game, and we're scoreless. Bremen inbounds the basketball. Caitlin Hubbard's got it. We're going to have a whistle and a traveling that's going to be called. She walks, so Model's going to get the ball on their end of the floor here with no score. Again, 2 games for you tonight. We'll tell you about the rest of the coverage as we go along throughout tonight's broadcast. Model, we're going to bounce it in, send it out to the left wing side, bounce pass inside to Pointer, shot up, and that one's going to fall. Well done. Pointer gets the first bucket of the game, and the assist, I believe, was Wood. That was a nice pass. Timeout's going to be called by Bremen, so we'll do the same. 6:39 left to go in the first quarter of the game. Model's up 2-0. We're back in 30 seconds.
Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
Well, on the previous possession, Pointer put in the first two here for the Model Lady Devils. They lead it 2-0. Now Bremen brings it up the other side of the floor, working from left to right on your radio dial if you happen to be listening that way. They're going to send it over to the left wing side, now back up top. They were trying to work it around the perimeter, working it inside. Now they go right into the lane. Ball stripped away. Good hands there by Sasha Wood. She's across the timeline quick, sends it to the right wing. There's Samples for three. That one's off the side of the rim. Bremen's going to get the ball on a defensive rebound and bring it back the other way. Cross-court pass to the right wing side. They try to feed it down low. Ball's going to be tipped by Sanders. Coming out with it was Betts. Now they work it to Javia Samples on the right side. Now back to Sanders. Long three ball in the air. That goes off the side of the rim. Chased down, though, by Wood. And Model will reset the offense. 5:47 left to go in the first quarter. Model with the basketball, leading it 2-0. Wood now back up top to Pointer. Pointer sends it left wing side. Going down low is Sanders. Puts up the shot. A little too strong there. Bremen gets the rebound. Here they come back the other way, trailing 2-0. Ball sent to left wing side. They try to get it underneath. Out of control. Ball goes out of bounds. It's coming back to the Model Lady Devils. To inbound the ball is going to be Sasha Wood here for Model. For the folks listening on the radio, we'll describe the uniforms for each team. For Model, they're in their white uniforms. Got blue letters and numbers with red trim. It's kind of a new look this year here for the Model Lady Devils with that red trim. They're going to send it up top to Sanders. Get it down low to Pointer. Now back to Betts to the free throw line and through. Another bucket for the Lady Devils. And they increase the run to 4-0 with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Stolen away on the other end. Coming out with it was Samples. Samples onto Wood. Now to Betts. Betts to the low block. Gets blocked. And the ball's going to be peeled away here by Deringer. And now Bremen brings it back the other side of the floor. Across the timeline they go. Goes off her knee. Retains possession. Sends it to the right wing side. Still entering the names of this Bremen team. And as I mentioned to you, I didn't have the roster for the game until about 5 minutes before we went on the air. So I apologize for any folks that are listening from the Bremen area that I haven't said many of their names yet. Still trying to get locked in here with this roster. Here's Betts down at the low block. Shot is up. Misses the shot, but does a good job drawing the contact. So we're going to see her first free throws and the first free throws of the game for Model here in just a couple of moments. 4:25 left to go in the first quarter, and Betts is at the charity stripe for the first time of the basketball game with two. Gets ready for her routine. Bounces the ball a few times, now puts it up. That one's off the back of the rim, rattles around and through. And that's going to be the 5th point of the game here for the Model Lady Devils. So they're on a 5-0 run to start the game. We're about midway through the first quarter of the basketball game. August Betts at the charity stripe. Original 5 starters still in the game for Model. She's going to miss the second one, so the score remains 5-0 as Bremen brings it back the other way. They work it towards the right wing side, now back up top of the key. Bremen really struggling here to find open looks against this tight defense here from the Model Lady Devils. They got one there, shot on the way. That one's going to rattle off the top of the rim. Betts chases down the rebound. He's going to send it to Pointer, who motors quickly across the timeline to the low block, shakes off a defender and scores. So Pointer now with her second field goal of the game, and Model's off to a 7-0 start. Here comes Bremen with the ball, a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Sends it to the right wing side. 3 ball on the way. It won't go. Rebound is taken by Bremen. They kick it back out around the perimeter. A heave towards the left wing side. Pretty good ball movement there for Bremen. Now one pass too many. Picked off by Pointer. Pointer motors across the timeline. Tries to pass it off to the right wing side. It's deflected out of bounds by Bremen. So Model's going to inbound the ball underneath their own basket, leading at 7-0. 3:26 left to go in the first quarter. And the first substitution for Model coming into the game. Checking in, you're going to have Addie Mathis, and also Sadie Rotten for the first time, as Pointer and Betts will take a breather. They've been working hard. Model with the ball. Inbound pass went to Sanders, now over to Wood. Wood back over to Samples. Samples kicks it out. There's Rotten. Can't leave her open from 3-point range or she'll burn you. They're going to lob it underneath. There's Sanders, shakes off the defender and shoots it from behind and makes the shot. Sanders' first bucket of the game. The freshman making her presence known right out of the gate. 9-0, Model leads it. Opportunity on the other side is missed for Bremen. They missed a layup. Now Model comes back the other way. Samples feeds it over to Mathis. Mathis now going to send it on to Wood. Wood dribbles a couple of times. Now they send it to Sanders at the top of the key with 2:43 left to go in the first quarter and a 9-0 lead for Model. And that's going to be a little too strong on the three-point shot by Javia. Now Bremen's going to bring it back the other way across the timeline. Bremen's in their gray uniforms, blue letters and numbers. Three ball is missed. Ball bounces around a couple of times, ends up back in the hands of Bremen. With it right now is Savannah Langley. Now they're going to send it back up top. 2:18 left to go in the first quarter. They drive the lane, and that's going to be a foul that's going to be charged against Sadie Rotten, her first foul of the game. As a matter of fact, that's the first foul that's been called in this basketball game against the Model Lady Devils. So we've had one for each team, and now we're going to see free throw shots here for Bremen. And going to the free throw line, it's going to be Daly Sheets, I believe is her name. First shot on the way, and that's going to be their first point of the game. So Model had opened up the game on a 9-0 run, and the first point of the game here for Bremen is going to be from the charity stripe. And Sheets is going to get ready for her second free throw of the pair, try to get another point on the board, and she does. Good looking free throws there from Sheets on her too. 2:14 left to go in the first quarter. Wide open underneath, shot off the glass and through for Jada Wells. What a play in transition, getting a quick bucket there for Model Lady Devils, and a timeout is called. We're going to take it with them. 11-2, Model leads it, 2:09 left, first period. We're back in 30 seconds.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
Well, welcome you back here on the cool evening that it is. I would say borderline cold, about 33 degrees outside as we are at about 7:09. So I'm glad we're in this nice warm gymnasium watching some Model basketball. No better place to be here on a Friday night than watching some high school hoops at the best place to do so in Roman Floyd County. No doubt the Model fans produce the best atmosphere of basketball. Nothing against any of the others, but it's just a fact, folks. 2:05 left to go in the first quarter. Bremen set to inbound the basketball, trailing 11-2 here on the road. Ball is knocked loose. And I got to tell you, this Model defense is giving Bremen some serious problems here at the beginning of the game. The only open looks they've had is when they've been at the charity stripe. Now, with that said, Sheets was able to cash in on both her free throws, but that's the only points Bremen's been able to muster up, and it's all because of that Model defense. Bremen with the ball on the right wing side, starting to work their way in. They get a pass on the inside and are able to score their first field goal of the game. That was Derringer, who was able to put it through, and the score moves to 11-4 in favor of Model. Model with it on the other end. They send it to Addie Mathis on the right wing side in front of the Bremen bench. Now she's going to try to send it inside, but the pass is going to be picked off by Annabelle Langley here at Bremen, and Bremen brings it back the other way. They send it to the right wing side, try to work it in. They feel like they found something there. The ball's not loose, though, by Sanders. Model comes out with it, tracking it down. We're the Blue Devils and number 25, Jada Wells, who's in off the bench here for the Lady Devils. We'll give you a floor check on both teams in a couple of moments. Sadie Rotten's got the ball on the left wing side for Model right now, though. She's going to give it over to Samples at the top of the key. Works on the inside, puts it up, misses the little runner, but gets her own rebound, has the ball at midcourt, turns around, goes to work, and that's going to be a timeout called by Coach Eccles. So we're going to take one as well. With 1:05 left to go in the first quarter, Model 11, Bremen 4. We're back in 30.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Friday night hoops on WLAQ. Model with the ball in the lead, up 11-4 in a girls game. Right now, Addie Mathis with it, sends it left wing side to an open Javius Samples. That one rattled off the rim. There is a battle for it there in the paint, and a jump ball is going to be forced. This time possession arrow is going in Bremen's direction after the tie-up. So with 47.1 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Bremen's going to inbound the ball, trailing by 7 here on the road. To inbound the ball is going to be Marley Deringer. And going to be some pressure here from the Model Lady Devils, who, as we've mentioned, have made it pretty difficult on Bremen's offense in this game. Cross-court pass, one-on-one matchup. They kick it out to the right wing side. Now they're going to go up top, slow it down a little bit, now work their way inside. Kind of a wild shot. That's going to be missed, but she does draw the contact, so we're going to see some free throws for Annabelle Langley, who did a great job there of getting that contact and finding herself at the charity stripe, where Bremen has been there once before in this game, and Sheets was able to make them both. So haven't seen Langley shoot free throws yet in this basketball game, but Annabelle's at the free throw line. The first shot is through. So now Bremen is 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, and that's going to bring the score to 11-5. Model opened up the game on a 9-0 run. Here's the second free throw. That one goes off the front of the rim, but the rebound goes to Bremen quickly. The shot goes up, won't go in, but her putback will go. So Marley Deringer missed the first shot, got her own rebound, and was able to make the second one go through. So the score moves to 11-7. Bremen finds themselves back here in this first quarter, only trailing now by 4. 19 seconds on the clock. Addie Mathis with the ball at the top of the key, nearly loses the handle. Ball's tipped loose, and this is going to be all alone off the glass and through. Pretty easy layup there for Savannah Langley, her first bucket of the game, and just like that, Bremen stormed back and leads it by 2. Shot off the glass and through just before the buzzer. Ice cold Javius Samples, and Model takes a 14-9 lead to the end of the first quarter. We're going to send it back to the studio. 1 minute break. We'll come back for the second quarter after this 1 minute break.
Introducing the new Onward high-performance lithium-ion personal transportation vehicle from Club Car. When it comes to style, power, and performance, look no further. The Onward HP lithium-ion exceeds expectations with impressive hill climbing performance and high-power acceleration. No other vehicle in the industry can compete. Our automotive quality, self-contained battery is protected by a corrosion-resistant and watertight steel case. This state-of-the-art battery is maintenance-free. And with an industry-leading 6-year battery warranty, you can rest easy knowing your Onward HP lithium-ion is ready when you are. Welcome to the next era of Club Car innovation.
With possession of the ball and a 14-9 lead as we open up our second quarter. That one's going to go over the backboard and out of bounds, so Bremen's going to get the ball back. In the first quarter, Model opened up the quarter on a 9-0 run, but late in the first quarter, Bremen stormed back with help of couple of trips to the free throw line, a couple of field goals, and they brought it back within a 4-point game at one point. Model leads at 14-9. Shot us off the glass and through. Another bucket there for Deringer, who scored 4 points there in the first quarter of the basketball game. Or actually, I don't think that was her. I think that was actually 32 ARP. So let me change that in the scorebook. But nonetheless, shot on the other side. That's going to be missed. Ball is going to be picked up again by ARP, who scored that last bucket. And the ball rolls out of bounds. I think it was off on Model, so it's going to remain with Bremen. But right now we got a 3-point ball game. Model's up 14-11. You're listening and watching live coverage provided by Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ of Model basketball, presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. Also with the support of many other fine sponsors, which we're going to talk about throughout the course of the broadcast. Another whistle. We'll get ready for Model to inbound the basketball here with 7:13 left to go in the first half of play. They're going to kick it out to the right wing side on the inbound pass. Now they're going to give it back to Wood, who's got it now up top. Javius Samples set up the offense. They send it to Betts on the left wing side. The feet underneath to Sanders, drives her way in, and that's going to be a traveling call and a turnover for the Blue Devils. The Model Blue Devils got to be more specific today because obviously that's the mascot of both teams playing here tonight. Ball tipped out of bounds on the deflection, so it's coming back to the Model Lady Devils as they get ready to inbound the ball with just under 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Big crowd on hand, not a capacity crowd just yet, but we're seeing more fans file in as the night progresses. Sanders with it over in front of the Bremen bench. Model working from right to left. They're in their front court. Eva Pointer, now they kick it out to the left wing side. Wood now back to Pointer. Pointer back to Wood. Shot on the way, and the three ball is through. What a shot from Sasha Wood for her first bucket of the game. Certainly suspect it will not be her last, and Model leads it 17 to 11 rather. Bremen with the ball. They feed it underneath. Turnaround, shoots, misses. Rebound's going to be taken by Javius Samples, and she travels. So that'll be a turnover for the Lady Devils as we get ready for Bremen to inbound the ball. So we got 6:20 left to go here in the second quarter of the ball game, and Model leads it 17 to 11. We'll have the boys game coming up around 8:30 tonight. They're going to send it up to the top of the key. Langley with it, feeds it underneath. Ball poked loose, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul. So it's staying with Bremen. That foul was on the floor. Sadie Rotten getting ready to check into the basketball game here. Leaving the floor is going to be Cam Sanders. So she'll run over to the bench. On the floor right now for Model. We'll tell you in just a moment. But right now Bremen's got the ball inbounds. They go to the end of the lane. Ball goes off the foot of Caitlin Hubbard. So that's a turnover for Bremen. And Model gets ready to inbound the ball and bring it up the floor. Wood feeds it into Samples, back to Wood. Wood will cross the timeline, passes it to Sadie Rotten on the left wing side. She's covered up, so it's going to pass it to a cutting Javius Samples, but the pass was too high, couldn't bring it in, and it sails out of bounds on the Model Lady Devils. It's coming back to Bremen. Just getting our coverage started of high school basketball. We're going to have a lot of it for you in the month of December. Of course, we're going to be at Model this week. Coming up next week, Model has got games on the road during the week. They got games at home Friday and Saturday, both boys and girls. And then, of course, the Christmas tournament's coming up on the 17th. So a lot of basketball coming up. Ball's passed out of bounds for Bremen, and Model's going to get it back. And we're going to have coverage of a lot of it. All the home games, select road games on the radio. And then when we get into the Christmas tournament, we'll have radio coverage of as many games as we can possibly fit on the radio. It's going to be split locations that first day, so we'll have some challenges there. But then we'll have radio and video with Northwest Georgia Media coming up for the championship games, and maybe more. We'll see what happens. But right now, Betts fed it off to the left wing side. Now they give it back to Betts underneath. She turns, covered up by three players, so she gets it back to Wood, who drives in the lane, goes to work, and scores. Sasha Wood with 5 points, all of them in the second quarter, and Model leads at 19 to 11. Bremen brings it back the other way. Langley with it. She'll pick up her dribble. Now they're going to feed it underneath to a cutting player. Ball is not loose. Model doing a great job keeping their hands in there. A lot of deflections in this game. That one's deflected and stolen away. Here comes Samples with the basketball, coast to coast, strong off the board. Not enough contact for the officials to blow the whistle, and Bremen gets the ball back. Here they are with a three-point shot on the way. Kind of hurried the shot, didn't have her feet set, missed it, gets her own rebound, and the second shot won't go, but she does get some contact this time. So we're going to see the first free throws of the basketball game for Savannah Langley, and that's going to be the second foul in the game against Sadie Rotten. So shooting two is going to be Savannah Langley. First shot is up and through. Good free throw shooting overall here for Bremen in this first half. They're now 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Head coach will take that percentage for sure. You can maintain that throughout the course of the game. Second one's on the way, and that one's going to rattle off the rim. Rebound's going to be taken by August Betts. Bringing it up the floor is Wood. Now sends it on to Javius Samples. Samples is going to fire it underneath, trying to get it to Pointer, but the pass is picked off. Here comes Bremen the other way across the timeline. Feeds it right. Langley with it. Double covered. Ball's poked loose by Eva Pointer. Coming out with it was Sadie Rotten. They fire it underneath. Get it over to Wood, and she tries to pass it away. It goes off a Bremen player and out of bounds. So Wood gets ready to inbound the ball for Model on their side of the floor. Model, by the way, if you're listening on the radio, can't see the score. Well, Model leads at 19-12 with 4:21 left to go here in the first half of the ball game. We're in the second quarter, of course. So Sasha Wood ready to feed it in here for the Lady Devils. Gets it in to Javius Samples. Samples being guarded at the top of the key. Sends it right wing side to Sadie Rotten, who's in front of the Bremen bench. Model working from right to left on their side of the floor. And Eva Pointer is going to be going to the free throw line after getting fouled, trying to get a shot to the rim. So did a great job there drawing that contact. Now she's at the charity stripe almost halfway through the second quarter. This is her first trip to the stripe here in this basketball game. First shot on the way, hurricane shot. It will not fall, so she'll try to get dialed in here for this second one. 4:11 left to go in the second quarter. One more free throw coming up here for Eva Pointer. Shot on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim. Rebound's going to be taken by Annabelle Langley, and Bremen brings it back up the other side of the floor. They're across the timeline, work it across the other side, and the pass gets away from her, sails out of bounds, and right into the hands of Robbie Dooley over on the bench, one of the assistant coaches, longtime coaches of the Model Lady Blue Devils. Fantastic coaching staff for both teams here. No question about that. Some quality coaches and even better human beings. Samples has got it into the paint and got it to the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. Didn't get the contact either. Here comes Bremen after getting the rebound. They work it to the low block. Oh, and that shot is blocked by two players, Betts, and also going in was Javius Samples. It went out of bounds. It was last touch by Bremen. So to add insult to injury, not only did Model get the block, it went off on one of the Bremen players, so they're getting the ball as well. So we get ready for Sasha Wood to inbound the ball here for the Lady Devils. And again, I got to remember to be more specific because both teams are the Blue Devils here, Bremen and Model. Model leads at 19-12, and they have the ball. Ball's poked free. Good hands there by Savannah Langley, and she'll slow it up, set up their offense. They send it to the low block on the near side. Missed shot. Second look won't go, and August Betts tracks down the rebound. Bounces it over to Sasha Wood, who's going to bring it up the floor here for Model. She's across the timeline, motors into the paint, goes to work, now backs up, sends it to August Betts at the free throw line. That is going to go off the side of the rim. The rebound goes to Bremen with 3 minutes left in the first half, and that one's going to get away from him. Bremen's really having to try to do things in a hurry because obviously Model's defense is very quick and getting to the ball awfully quick. So a timeout's going to be called by Model and Sally Eccles, so we're going to do the same thing. 3:01 left to go, second quarter. Model up 19-12. We're back in 30 seconds.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Welcome back into Woodard Gymnasium. Friday night hoops for you on Northwest Georgia Media live stream and also WLAQ. We're at Model High School, home of the Model Blue Devils, and right now the Lady Devils of Model are up 19-12 over the Lady Devils of Bremen. And again, we're glad you're with us. Do want to recognize the sponsors of the broadcast tonight, presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. Model's going to bring it up the floor. Sasha Wood with it, goes off to the right side, sends it over to Sadie Rotten. Now back up top to August Betts. She'll work into the paint. Nice spin. Now kicks it out. There's Wood. 3 ball on the way. That one won't go, but the rebound's tracked down by Javia Samples, and she'll reset the offense here for the Lady Devils. Sending it left wing side to Sadie Rotten. Rotten has got it, picks up her dribble. Now back to Samples, who dribbles at the top of the key, goes to work into the paint, off the glass, off the side of the rim. It won't go. Bremen gets the rebound. Here they come back the other way. We're almost at halftime, about 2.5 minutes from that point of the game. Bremen with the ball. They feed it inside, off the glass, won't go. Battle for the rebound. August Betts grabs a hold of it, and that is going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow this time is pointing in Model's direction, so they'll inbound the ball with 2:15 left to go and a 7-point lead. Wood to Samples, back to Wood. Wood is going to dribble it across the center court line. Now drifts off towards that left wing side, leaves it for Sadie Rotten. Rotten with it. Now is going to try to work around a screen set by August Betts. Sends it over to Sasha Wood. Wood backs her way up, resets the offense, now sends it over to Wells. Wells back to Wood. Wood takes a couple of steps back. Now tries to send it over to Samples, but the pass is going to be picked off. Good job by Redding for Bremen, picking that one off. Ball is going to be batted out of bounds by August Betts, so it's going to stay with Bremen on this end of the floor. So set to inbound the ball is going to be Cindy Claire Redding, the sophomore. So she surveys the floor and looks to trigger it in here for the Bremen Lady Devils. Going to find a player on the right wing side. That's going to be Edwards. Now they're going to fling it underneath. Turnaround jump shot is not going to go. Ball is going to be picked up on the rebound. They kick it out. There's Edwards. Shot on the way and through. Is able to knock down the 3 ball. Good looking shot. 19-15 your score. Model leads it by 4. They send it left wing side to Sadie Rotten. Thought about it for a second. Had second thought. Sends it to Addie Mathis, who's in off the bench. Now with the ball is Milan Howard. Howard over to Rotten. Rotten's going to feed it to a cutting, or tries to, Samples, but the lane was clogged up. The ball is stolen away. Here's Bremen on the other end. Kind of a wild shot. Misses everything. Rebound's going to be taken by Model, and the ball is instantly knocked out of bounds by Bremen. So Addie Mathis set to inbound the ball for Model here momentarily, with 1 minute and 1 second left to go here on this second quarter. Javia Samples across the center court stripe, looks off to the right wing side. Ball is deflected, but it stays with Model. Good recovery by Addie Mathis. Now back up to Samples at the top of the key, bounces it to Howard. Howard surveys the floor, is going to find Sadie Rotten. Good ball movement right there from Model, but really good defense here from Bremen. They're going to send the ball over to Wells. She's on the right wing side, bounce pass to Howard. 4 seconds on the shot clock, got to work fast. There is Samples, and that one's off the rim just in time. Misses the shot, gets her own rebound, gets blocked. Here comes Bremen after the block shot and picking up the possession. 3 ball on the way, and that one's off the front of the rim. 17.6 seconds. Bremen keeps it in bounds, and we got a whistle. That's going to go against, well, let's see, substitution coming into the game here for Model is going to be Samantha Betts, as Addie Mathis checks out. Also checking in is going to be Janai Caldwell. Caldwell is going to inbound the ball to Betts. Betts, a freshman, getting some playing time here in the first half. 9 seconds on the clock. They're going to work it around to Rotten. Now back over to Betts on the left wing side. Picks up her dribble. Sends it underneath to Howard. 2 seconds. Ball stolen away, and that is going to be the end of the second quarter of the basketball game. Model leads at 19-15. We'll get you ready for the halftime show as both teams make their way to the locker room at halftime. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
All right, well, if you're watching on the video screen, you can see we got a couple of legends right now having a conversation over there. Andy Aiken and also Hazel Hall. Excellent basketball coaches, no question about it. And definitely some model legends, no question about that. But we're about 7 minutes away from the start of the second half. We're glad you're with us tonight for Model Basketball Night here on WLAQ and also the Northwest Georgia Media live stream at the home of the Model Blue Devils, Model High School out here near the Shannon area. And again, Model leads us 19-15 here at halftime. We're going to run down the scoring and how we arrived at this point here as we open up our halftime show. So again, welcome back in. We're going to start with the visiting Bremen Lady Devils and their scoring there from the first half. Model would open up the first quarter on a 9-0 run, but Bremen kept hanging in there trying to get some open looks against that really stout defense of the Model Lady Devils. And eventually they started to find a little bit of rhythm there and were able to close the gap again to 4 points as we're sitting here at halftime. Who helped them do it? Well, let's run it down. Annabelle Langley had one made free throw there in the first half. You'd have 4 points from Marley Daringer, 3 points for Maya Edwards, 2 points for Anna Claire Arp, 3 for Savannah Langley, and then 1 for Daly Sheets, or 2 rather for Daly Sheets. She would score on a couple of free throws. As a matter of fact, she got the first 2 shots made there of the game here for the Bremen Lady Devils. So that all adds up to 15. Now for the Model Lady Devils, and I've got a discrepancy here in my scorebook that I can't seem to figure out. I'm 1 point short when I add it up. So I've shortchanged somebody, and I apologize for that. I'll see if I can get an answer on that before the game's over and make sure to get that as accurate as possible. But Cam Sanders, I got her with 2 points. 2 points for Javia Samples. I had 3 points for August Betts, 4 for Eva Pointer, and then 2 points for Jada Wells. Meanwhile, the leading scorer of the first half for the Model Lady Devils was Sasha Wood, one of the original starters, but didn't get any of her points until the second quarter. She scored 5 points all in that second quarter, made a 3, and also had another field goal. So that adds up to 18, but it's actually 19 for Model Lady Devils. We'll find out where that missing point was, hopefully, by the end of the broadcast. But again, at halftime, the Model Lady Devils, they lead this one at half, but fairly narrowly, 19-15. We're going to go ahead and step out and take another break. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media. Glad to have you with us.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
They call it Mow Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mow Day.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
For the start of the second half. Model Lady Devils up 19-15 is your halftime score. We've already run down the scoring, so this gives us an opportunity to recognize the sponsors on the video feed tonight. Of course, we've talked about Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales and their support of the broadcast as the presenting sponsor of the radio and the video coverage. But we also want to recognize Stephen P. Woodard, LLC, Attorneys at Law, Estate Planning, also Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialist, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Kenneth Studdard. You can listen to him on WLAQ also on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. as we talk about history, sports, and all kind of stuff. Kenneth, great guy there. Shannon Pharmacy, of course, and Crestview Angus. So there's the sponsors of the video broadcast. And the coverage crew tonight, PA announcer Grayson Atkins doing a fine job, also as an intern at WLAQ this year. Really enjoyed working with that young man, doing a fantastic job. You heard his voice in a model basketball promo just a little bit ago. On cameras tonight, Clay Hardiker, as well as Bennett Abernathy. We mentioned to you at the beginning of the broadcast, making his debut on the cameras and doing a fine job. On scoreboard and graphics, you got Caleb Bice doing a wonderful job as always. Replay tonight is David Corbin. Always does a fantastic job and is just a heck of a human being, great person to be around. And the director, the guru, and the fixer of stuff, Nathan Patterson, does a fine job putting together the video broadcast, no doubt about it. And I'm Matt Davis with the play-by-play, and we are glad that you are with us tonight, whether you're listening to the radio coverage or watching on the video. And we're just about to start the second half. Super excited to see how the rest of this game unfolds. Both of these teams are off to a hot start this season. Bremen off to a 4-0 start. Haven't really been tested this year. We mentioned the combined record of 2-15 of their opponents so far, but they're playing some good basketball tonight and certainly presenting some challenges for the Model Lady Devils, who came into the game 3-0, certainly tested 1-0 in region play, have played Northcom, also Lassiter and Darlington, so played some good competition throughout. And this is a good basketball team that they're hosting tonight on their home floor. So let's see what happens. We're ready to start the second half. Bremen is going to open up with possession of basketball. And here we go. Let's continue the ball game. They're going to kick it out into the backcourt. Kaylin Hubbard's going to bring it out here for this first possession of the second half for Bremen. They send it to the left wing side, now back up top. Going to work it off to the right wing side. Ball is poked loose. Model's defense already getting their hands in there, causing a deflection. Betts came out with it. Ball loose on the floor. A battle ensues. Winning the battle is going to be Bremen, and they'll bring it back to their side of the floor. 7:34 left to go in the third quarter. They're going to work baseline. Ball picked up by Betts. Got her hands in there. Stole the ball away. Now Samples feeds it underneath to Sanders. Backs her way in. Post up. Shot is going to be missed. Couldn't quite get the angle she was looking for off the glass, and now a jump ball is going to be forced. I believe that's the third one of the game that we have seen, and the possession arrow, third or fourth, I'm not sure, but the possession arrow is pointing in Model's direction. I think it's the third. But we get ready for Sasha Wood to inbound the ball for the Lady Devils. That would make sense because I think Model has gotten it a couple of times off of that to one time for Bremen. But regardless, Model inbounds the ball, and immediately hitting the deck was Betts. And that's going to be a travel. So Bremen's going to get the ball, and we haven't seen any scoring in the first 48 seconds here of the start of the second half. Going to have a lot of basketball coverage for you in the coming days on the live stream and then also on the radio. Of course, we're going to listen to some Georgia Tech basketball. You can do so tomorrow. I know I'll tune in Andy Demetra for a little bit. Love the way he calls the basketball games. Hopefully we'll have something fun to call from the Dean Dome over there at UNC. Lob pass underneath, trying to get it to Pointer. She kicks it out to the right wing side. Good ball movement right now from Model. Betts has got it at the free throw line. She'll back up, reset, sends it left wing side. Wide open. Samples can't sink the three though. And the ball nearly goes out of bounds. Nearly keeping it in bounds was Wood, but it's coming back to the Bremen Lady Devils. Set to trigger it in motion is going to be Annabelle Langley here for Bremen. Oh, and that one got away from her, ended up on the Model bench. That was kind of an odd situation. And turnover there for Bremen. So we get ready for Model to inbound the ball on their side of the floor and try to take advantage of it. Set to send it in motion is going to be Sasha Wood. She surveys the floor, is going to find Samples, who will set up the half-court offense here for Model, set things in motion, gets it to Wood underneath the Pointer, puts it up, misses the shot. The second look after getting her own rebound, that one won't go either, but she knocks the ball loose. Way to stay with it, Eva Pointer, and forces another tie-up, or I believe this time forces another tie-up, so Bremen's going to inbound the ball in just a couple of moments. So to trigger it in motion is going to be Annabelle Langley. They'll have to work it across the floor. Going to be greeted by some pressure here from Model. Bringing it up the floor is going to be Hubbard. Hubbard works down the center of the floor, kicks it out the left wing side. Now they go back up top. Hubbard again, sends it down low, shot off the glass and through. That was a great feed from Hubbard and finish from Derringer underneath. First bucket of the second half goes to Bremen. Took almost 2 minutes to get it. It's 19-17 in favor of Model, so the lead is cut to 2. Biggest lead of the game for Model at one point was at the beginning of the game when they went on a 9-0 run, but Bremen has tightened things up there late in the first quarter, and they've kept it that way. Foul, though, against Bremen, and Cam Sanders is going to the free throw line for the first time of the game for the Lady Devils. So let's see what she'll do from the stripe. First shot's on the way, and that one's going to bank in. So that one's good, and she gets ready for another one. So the lead is back to 3. We'll get ready for the second free throw. The foul, by the way, was on Langley, Annabelle Langley. Second free throw coming up here for Sanders. And that one is going to rim out. Rebound's going to be taken by Bremen. Bremen works it back the other way. Cross-court pass. They got it on the right wing side over to Hubbard. Hubbard trying to dribble around Pointer. Ball is not loose, and that's going to be a little bit of contact there. So Pointer is going to be charged with the foul, but great effort there on defense. Just trying to get her hands up and affect the ball movement. We're at the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Model leads at 20-17. Ball knocked loose on the floor, trying to keep it in bounds with Sanders, but couldn't quite do it. And the ball is going to stay with Bremen. They get ready to inbound underneath their own basket, trailing by 3 points. They're going to feed it into the right wing side, try to get it back up top. Nearly knocking it away was Pointer. Ball is going to be knocked loose eventually, though, by Samples, and she gets fouled immediately. So we'll get ready for Model to inbound the basketball. See who the foul is charged to. It's going to be on Kaylin Hubbard, number 14. So Samples feeds it in, gets the ball in to Sasha Wood. Wood across the M logo at center court. Jab step and a fake there by Samples. Back over to Sanders, who goes one-on-one into the paint. Post up, spins around, off the glass and through. What a strong move to the bucket and finish. And Model is up to a 5-point lead, 22-17. I think we'll see more of that as this game goes on. What a move to the bucket there by Sanders on that last play for Model, and a foul on the other end. Sadie Rotten's going to check in here for Pointer before we resume, and we get ready for Sasha Wood to inbound the ball here for Model. And they've got a 22-17 lead. Wood's going to feed it in the backcourt. Samples has got it. across the M at center court, feeds it right wing side to Sanders, goes right in, and just as we told you, thought we were going to see more of that. Sanders gets another bucket. She's got 5 points in the third quarter, leads all scorers in the game with 7. And another turnover there for Bremen. They're going to take a timeout. They can feel this one starting to get away. Going to try to reel everybody in. Model 24, Bremen 17. 5:09 left third quarter. Back in 30 seconds.
You look exhausted. Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed. Yeah, me too. Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat. I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat. I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
Well, a couple of minutes into the third quarter, the first bucket of the third quarter was for Bremen, more specifically Marley Deringer, who got that bucket, and that cut it to a 2-point game. But since then, Sanders has caught fire, made a free throw and a couple of field goals to score 5 points in this third quarter of her 7. And Model now leads at 24-17, so they're back out to a 7-point lead, and it really felt like it happened in the blink of an eye. So let's see if that trend continues. Sasha Wood surveys the floor, ready to send it in motion, finds August Betts. Betts is going to send it up top, gives it to Samples, now back over to Wood, who's now on the right wing side with it. She looks around the floor, finds Sadie Rotten. I don't think we've seen Sadie take a shot yet. There down low, Sanders is going to be stripped of the ball. Coming out with it's number 14, Kaylin Hubbard for Bremen. Ball tipped loose by Sanders. A little bit of pressure here from Model as Bremen tries to get her across in time, and they do just that. Kind of a wild pass underneath, but Bremen keeps it in bounds. There's a three-point look. That one left well short. Battle for the ball ensues. Chasing it down is going to be August Betts. She comes out with it, and it's going to send it over to Sadie Rotten, who's going to bring it across the timeline. Bounce pass over to Samples on the right wing side. Thought about the three, had second thoughts. Three ball is going to be blocked. Sadie Rotten pulled the trigger, got blocked, and now Model with the ball, though. They're going to work it around the right wing side. Samples, bounce pass underneath to Sanders, kick out to Sasha Wood. Good ball movement, open look. Can't get it to fall, though. And that's going to be a turnover. The ball is coming back after the foul here to Bremen. It's going to be on August Betts. 4:10 left to go, third quarter. Model leads at 24-17 over Bremen in the girls' game. We'll have a boys' game coming up just a few short minutes after the end of this ball game. Model Blue Devils and the Bremen Blue Devils will be locking horns. Across the timeline is going to be Daly Sheets. Now underneath, shot off the glass, won't go. Put back, won't fall. Sanders grabs a hold of it, and a player also from Bremen. That forces a jump ball, so a tie up there. Possession error goes to Model, so we get ready for Sasha Wood to send things in motion here for the Model Blue Devils, so they're working up the court. Wood with it across the center court stripe, goes to work towards the left side. Now dribbles up towards the top of the key, works right, ball poked loose, but retaining possession, Sasha Wood. Now on to Sanders. She's at the top of the key. They try to set a pick for her, works towards the paint, now feeds it back out to Samples. Good pass to the right wing side to Wood, but the shot's going to be off the side of the rim, won't fall. And another jump ball. We've seen a bunch of them in this game. I've lost count officially. But this time it stays with Bremen with 3:32 left to go in the third period. A Model leading at 24-17. Inbounding the ball is going to be Anna Claire Arp. Arp feeds it in. Now right back to Arp. Arp being guarded by Sanders. Trying to get it across the court. Going to need some help. Cross-court pass. She feeds it to the left wing side. Gets it over to Redding. Redding back towards the top of the keys. Going to set up the half-court offense here for this Bremen Blue Devils team. It really needs a bucket right now, trailing by 7 points. They had it within 2 about 2 minutes into the third quarter of the ball game. And then 5 points from Sanders gave the lead back to 7 to the Model Lady Devils. They go back up top. Bremen with the ball, sends it to the left wing side. 2 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think they're aware of it, and that is going to be a shot clock violation due to lack of awareness on behalf of the Bremen Blue Devils. I don't think they had any clue. that it was that close to the end of the shot clock. Good defense there by Model. They'll bring it up the floor. Samples across the center court stripe with it. It's going to send it to the right wing side to Wood. Wood with it up top to Sadie Rotten. Now on to the left wing side. Bremen doing a good job defending the perimeter. Hadn't seen a lot of wide open three-point looks. What a strong shot off the glass from Sanders. Drew the contact. Let me tell you, Sanders has had a heck of a third quarter of this basketball game. She's got 9 points overall, leads all scorers, but 7 of her 9 have been in this third quarter, and that is helping her team pull away in this one. Going to have a three-point opportunity. That one rattles off the rim and out. Thought it was going to go for a second. Rebound was taken by Wells. Shot is missed. Sanders came out with it. Here's Wood, sends it onto the right wing side. Rotten gets a look and nails it. You knew it was only a matter of time before she got open and made a shot. She pulled the trigger and she made it. Wow, 29-17, and in the blink of an eye, Model's out to a 12-point lead. Wow, that happened fast. Bremen with it on the left wing side, fires the three off the side of the backboard. They look flustered. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Bremen with the basketball, trailing 29-17. Now they go down towards the baseline. Shot goes off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. It's coming back to Model, and Model, over the last few minutes here of this third quarter, have really felt like they've started to take control of this basketball game in a hurry. It's taken a little while to get some things clicking, but they've found something here in this third quarter. You just had a big three from Sadie Rotten, her first bucket of the game. And again, the whale of a third quarter that Cam Sanders is having, the freshman. Bringing it up the floor, great team effort. Wood on to Javia Samples. Dribbles, going to send it across, gets it to Wood. No look for her, so she'll back up, dribbles in front of Coach Eccles in front of the Model bench. Now back up to the top of the key she goes. Picks up her dribble, sends it to Javia Samples. Samples goes to work in the paint, goes in, tries to lay it in, draws the contact. So does a great job getting herself to the free throw line for the first time here in the ball game. 1:28 left to go, and by the way, it was Savannah Lanley with the foul, and we've got Samples at the free throw line for the first time in a ball game. Samples sends the first free throw on the way, and that one rattles in. She'll get ready for the second. Samples in this game has now 3 points. Score is 30-17. Model with a 13-point lead, biggest lead of the game. It was a 2-point game a couple of minutes into the third quarter. Second shot is through. That makes it a 14-point lead for Model, 31-17. A game of runs, no doubt about it, as the first bucket of the third quarter was from Bremen, but it's been all Model since then. Model has outscored Bremen, I believe, 12-2 here in this quarter. I'll double check that math in a couple of moments. Math was never my strong suit. That's off the back of the rim. I'll just go ahead and admit that right now if you haven't picked up on that. Shot off the back of the backboard and through. That's going to rattle around and in for Deringer. 31-19 is the score. 1:04 left to go, third quarter. Sadie Rotten's got it. Now works it to the right wing side, leaves it off for Samples, cuts towards the bucket, puts it up, draws the contact again. Samples has done a great job on the last couple of possessions for Model of just getting into the lane and drawing that contact and getting herself to the charity stripe. Been a lot more aggressive in the paint here in this third quarter. And it's paying off because she's a good free throw shooter, made her first two. And hopefully I didn't give her the broadcaster jinx by making that comment. I probably should have held that back. She makes it. Didn't do it. Get ready for her second free throw. Ice water in her veins. So get ready for Samples' fourth free throw of the game. Goes through her routine, looks dialed in, shot on the way, and that one is through. Nothing but net, 4 in a row. Model leads at 33-19 with under a minute to go in the third quarter. Looking to have a pretty good lead going to that final frame. Bremen with the ball on the left wing side, dribbling with it is Hubbard. Now feeds it underneath. Ball nearly got loose. Hubbard has it now. It's going to give it off to Lanley. Now cross court pass. They get it to the right wing side. She'll pick it up. sends it to another player and knocks down a three. Good look there by Cindy Claire Redding, and she made them pay. Wide open shot, and the score moves to 33-22. As we get ready for Model to inbound the basketball, we'll tell you who all is on the floor. Inbounding the ball was Janiah Caldwell. Caldwell with it on the right wing side after taking the pass from Samples. Samples on the right wing trying to feed it underneath to Jada Wells, who's in off the bench. Also Sadie Rotten on the floor for the Blue Devils. Eva Pointer. And who am I missing here? Wells, Samples, Caldwell, Pointer, and Rotten. Yeah, that's it. That's the five. Walking the tightrope on the near side, trying to keep it in with Samples. Couldn't do it. And now Bremen will inbound the ball after she stepped on the sideline. So Bremen set to trigger it in, trailing by 11. 18.7 left in the third quarter. Shot clock turned off. Here comes Bremen across the timeline. Working with the ball was Edwards, but she handed it off to a hot three-point shooter. Shot on the way. That is missed. That was Landley. Here comes the putback. And it's going to be good for Deringer, who's done a good job underneath. That's her fifth bucket of the game. She's got 10 points, and she drew the contact. So she's got a three-point opportunity here with 4.6 seconds left in the third quarter of the game, and her team trailing by 9. Shot on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim. Won't go. Battle for the rebound is won. Oh, we're going to have a tie-up. Long time to blow the whistle on that. They don't. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So interesting sequence there to end the third. But Model's going to take a lead into the fourth quarter by the tune of 33-24 over Bremen. We're back for the final frame after 1 minute.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
Model outscores Bremen 15-9 there in that third quarter and leads it 33-24 as you enter the final frame of the game. Model will inbound the ball into the backcourt. Feeding them was Wood. Got it over to Javia Samples. Samples feeds it right back over to Wood, who's on the right wing side right now, being guarded by Cindy Claire Redding. Now back up top to Sanders. Going to lob it underneath, trying to get it to Betts. Ball's deflected out of bounds, but last touch by Bremen. So we'll get ready for Model to inbound the ball underneath their own basket when we resume. Wood, Sanders now with it on the right wing side, trying to feed it underneath. Ball is knocked loose by a defender who had a hands all over it. Good job by Bremen there. They try to lob it underneath the Betts again, and the ball is not loose, and there was some contact there. So we're going to see a whistle and a foul that's going to go against Bremen, and we'll see Model inbound the ball. That's going to be against Maya Edwards, number 15 of Bremen. So surveying the floor is Wood, looking to trigger it in, gets it inside to Sanders on the right wing side. She'll go right into the paint, go to work, gets it to Betts, and the shot is off the glass and through. August Betts now with 5 points in the ball game, and Model's back up by 11. 35-24, 7:22 left to go in the game. Bremen with it. Model trying to go 4-0 to start the year. That's a kind of a wild shot picked up by Model off the rebound. They're going to send it right wing side to Wood. Now back up top to Javia Sample. She works her way all the way around to the left wing side and lost the handle on it. And it rolled over to the Model bench. So that's going to be a turnover. Not sure exactly what happened there. I just think she just lost her concentration for a split second, lost the handle on the ball, and it rolled out of bounds. So Bremen will inbound the ball. Landley Ball's not loose, into the backcourt. Pointer falls on it, gets it up to Sanders. One-on-one underneath. Sanders muscles away into the paint, can't get the shot. Ball is going to be tied up on the floor, and that's going to be a jump ball. Both teams really getting after it in this game. Coach Williams for Bremen, Coach Eccles, they both got to be really pleased and excited with the effort that they've gotten from their teams tonight. It's been a battle, no doubt. Been a game of runs. Model went on a big run there. I think it was 12-0 run there in the third quarter to create a little bit more cushion there on the score, but Bremen had brought it within 2 about 2 minutes into the third quarter, so they battled in this one. Their Model's not out of the woods yet. There's a long shot there for Kaylin Hubbard, and that's a made three-pointer, 35-26, trying to keep themselves in this ball game. 6:23 left to go. Model leads at 35-26, so it's a 9-point ball game. Samples on to Betts. Betts going to work her way inside. A good strong move towards the bucket, draws the contact, can't get the shot, but she is going to go to the charity stripe where she's 50%. We got a player down here for Bremen, going to need a little bit of help up off the floor, and I think she just might have to shake that off a little bit. I don't think it's an injury or anything of that nature, but she will take a break. Gets a round of applause as she trots off the floor on her own power. That's Savannah Landley. Checking in the game for her, it's number 1, Daily Sheets. But August Betts has got a couple of free throws coming up, her 3rd and 4th of the game. First one's through, nothing but net. August Betts getting ready for her second shot. Hits on the way, and that one is through. Makes them both. She's 3 of 4 from the stripe tonight. Coach is going to be happy about that. Model up 37-26, back to an 11-point lead after the made free throws from August. With the ball is Annabelle Langley. One name that we haven't called tonight, I'll tell you in a moment. Shot on the way, missed 3. Rebound's going to be taken by Javia Samples. Now Sasha Wood's going to bring it up the floor for the Lady Devils. Sends it left wing side to Sanders. Thought about the 3 for a moment, had second thoughts. The ball is not free. Player I was going to mention is Catherine Betts. She was injured in the game against Darlington earlier in the week, and it was one of those situations when she went down, you knew that it had potential of being an injury that perhaps could end her season. And I understand it was a torn ACL, so she'll be on crutches for quite a while, so we want to send out thoughts and prayers to her as she goes through the recovery process. Long shot there. Known the Betts family for a long time. Great family. Enjoying getting to call their names here for Model the last couple of years. Shot off the glass and through for Eva Pointer. Eva Pointer having a big game. She's got 6 points. Done a great job offensively, but especially on the defensive end of the floor. She's been everywhere. 5:21 left to go here in the ball game. Model leads at 39-26. 3-ball is through, and that was from deep. Maya Edwards knocks one down, and it was a beaut. 39-29 is your score. 10-point game, 5:08 to go. Javia Samples with the ball at the top of the key. Going to work inside, scoops it towards the bucket, can't get it to fall. No contact. Rebound taken by Bremen. They will bring it back the other way, but definitely going to be some pressure. Oh, they nearly had her trapped. There's the pass. Trap is effective. Pointer picks it off. Down low to Wood. Can't get the shot to go, but she draws the contact as Bremen did not want to give up the easy layup, so took the foul, and now we're going to see Wood at the free throw line with a couple of shots coming up. 39-29, 4:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. Model trying to deal Bremen their first loss of the season. Have started off 4-0, and I can see why. They're a good ball team. First shot is through for Wood. And that was her first free throw attempt of the game, and she makes it. Gets ready for a second shot. Sadie Rotten checks back into the game here for Model. Checking out was August Betts. She'll take a breather. Second shot on the way and through. Good free throw shooting tonight for both teams. Credit where credit's due. Bremen sends the ball in. They're going to bring it up the floor. A little bit of pressure here at half court here for the Model Lady Devils. They send it left wing side. Bremen with the ball trailing 41-29. It's kind of do or die time for them. They got to make a move, get some stops, and go on a run if they're going to be in this ball game in the final minutes. going to be an offensive foul on number 12, Marley Deringer. And Model's going to bring the ball up the floor with 4.5 minutes left to go in the ball game and a 41-29 lead. All right, across center court they go. Javius Samples with it on the right wing side. Now back up top. Sadie Rotten's got it at the end at midcourt. Rotten works her way off to the left wing side, trying to find an open player. Gets it to Javius Samples. Samples feeds it out. There's Wood, wide open three, and that was going to go in and out, rims out. Pointer tries to track down the rebound, and a whistle and a foul. I believe is going to go against Model this time. Effort foul, no doubt about it, on Eva Pointer. And again, effort has just been unbelievable for both teams. Everybody that paid for admission to get in this game tonight has been treated to quite a battle between these two basketball teams. It's been a lot of fun, and this is an important game. They all are, but this is a region game. And if Model can hang on and win it, they're going to go to 4-0 overall and 2-0 in region play. And looks like they're well on their way, but we still got half a quarter left to go. Model up by 11, 41-29. Inside, Bremen goes, and a whistle and a foul is going to go against the Blue Devils. That's going to send Marley Deringer to the free throw line. She's had a great game too, particularly in that third quarter of the game where she had 6 points. She's got 10 points in the game overall, but she had a big first and third quarter in terms of scoring in the game. But great effort for her throughout. She makes the first free throw of the pair. That's the second free throw she shot. She's shooting 50%. So another one coming up for Deringer. And an opportunity is cashed in on. She makes them both and cuts it to a 10-point game. So next possession, if they can get a stop here, they could cut it to single digits as they try to climb back in this one late in the ball game. 3:44 left to go. Model with the ball, 24 seconds left on the shot clock, being pretty deliberate with this possession. I would imagine they'll try to eat some clock. Don't want to take the foot off the gas too much, but taking some of this clock, you would suspect they'll try to do. They work it down to the low block, kick it out. There's a three ball on the way, and that one's through. My goodness, what a shot from Arp. Her second made bucket of the game. That one's the first from three-point land, 41-34, and this one's not over yet, folks. Sanders kicks it out to Wood. Now on to Javius Samples on the right wing side. Cross-court pass over to Sadie Rotten. Rotten with it. Gets ready to send this offense into motion. Gets it to Wells at the high post. Wells with it. Kicks it out. There's Samples for three, and that one's too strong. Rebound taken by Bremen. 41-34. It's a 7-point ball game. 2:49 left to go. Shot off the glass and through. Good move to the bucket by Deringer. 41-36. That cuts it to 5. Model needs a bucket on this possession big time to stop this momentum that's been picked up here by Bremen. Baseline dribble. Pass was to be inside. It's deflected out of bounds by Bremen. And Model's going to make some substitutions after a timeout. So timeout on the floor taken by Coach Eccles and Model. 2:32 left to go. Model up 41-36. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 30 seconds.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
Well, Models had some pretty sizable leads here in this fourth quarter, but they're having a hard time against this really gritty team from Bremen to put this thing away. Let's see if they can get a bucket here and help the cause. Caldwell inbounds the ball. Off the glass for Betts, off the inbound pass. Can't convert on the inbound play, and Bremen's got the ball, only trailing by 5 points at this point. 41-36 is your score. Bremen with the ball. Last possession they picked up a big three-point bucket, but this time it comes up empty as Betts steals it away on the other end, spins around into the paint. The ball is going to be tied up. Bremen was hoping to get a traveling call against Betts there, but the officials signaled that it was a tie-up, and it's going to stay with Model. So dodged a bullet right there, folks. Caldwell ready to send it in from the baseline. 2:11 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Model clings to a 5-point lead, and things feel fragile at this point. Can't get it inbound, and now Bremen's going to send it back the other floor. Credit where credit's due. Bremen's just kept hanging in there, have given 100% effort throughout, and have been able to take advantage of some cracks every now and then and stay in this ball game. Across the timeline goes Derringer. She travels, and it's coming back to Model. That's a crucial turnover right now at this point in the game, with Model leading at 41-36. Let's see if they can cash in, eat a little bit of this clock, and get some points on this possession. Javia Samples directing traffic as he crosses center court. Looks around, trying to find a cutting player underneath. Backdoor cut by Caldwell. Couldn't get open. They send it back up top to August Betts. Betts surveys the floor. Now works her way to the right wing side, leaves it off to Samples. Caldwell with it at the top of the key. Sends it out to a cutting Samples on the left wing side. Oh, pass got into the backcourt off of Pointer. She tracked it down, but it was last touched by Model before it went into the backcourt. And so therefore that's going to be a violation, and it comes back to Bremen. So some daylight here for Bremen with 1:40 left to go. Subs coming into the game. Sanders and Rotten going to check in for Caldwell and Wells. So Model opting for some size here in the waning moments of this basketball game. Bremen is going to inbound the ball. They're going to send it over to the left wing side. Now back up top they go. It looks like they're trying to find an open three. Now try to feed it underneath. Samples picks it off, and the ball goes right back to Bremen, but back to Models. They send it down to Sanders, one-on-one underneath off the glass. Strong move and finish from Sanders. 11 points in the game. Oh my, 43-36. And Models got the lead, and let me tell you, that was a strong and big bucket for Model. A timeout is called. Let's take it with them. 1:15 left to go in the ball game. Model leads it 43-36. We're back in 30.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
All right, we welcome you back to live coverage of Model basketball on Northwest Georgia Media live stream and WLAQ. Glad to have you with us. Model's up 43-36 after a powerful and big bucket there by Sanders, who's had a whale of a second half in this ball game. She's got 11 points, 9 of them in the second half. Really helped her team here late in this ball game. They really needed her, and she has delivered the goods. Ball is going to be poked free from Pointer, getting her hands in there. And I got to tell you, been a lot of deflected balls here in this basketball game for the Model Lady Devils on defense. 43-36 is your score. We're under a minute to play. 53 ticks left on the clock. Do or die time here for Bremen. And there's a collision underneath. They're going to get August Betts with the blocking foul there on that one. And we're going to have free throws coming up for Bremen. Going to the line is going to be Savannah Langley. She's been there a couple of times in this game. It's 50%. One of two rather. Second shot, first shot on the way is through. She gets ready for her next, as we're going to see Wood check in for Pointer here for the Model Lady Devils. So on the floor for Model, you got Sanders, August Betts, Sadie Rotten. You also have Wood and Sanders. Shot on the way, and that one's through. She makes them both, so some clutch free throws there for Bremen. 45 seconds on the clock, 31 on the shot clock. Now on to Sanders on the right wing side. I would imagine Model will play a little bit of keep away for most of this shot clock with 35 seconds left to go and force Bremen into a foul situation. They send it to the right wing side. 30 seconds on the clock. Here's Samples, now up to Sanders. 12 seconds on the shot clock. No foul here from Bremen. And there is one. They're going to charge Hubbard with the foul. 22.8 seconds left on the clock in a 43-38 basketball game. Javia Samples going to the free throw line. She's got 6 points in the game. 4 of her points are from the charity stripe, and a timeout's going to be called before we see those free throws. Teams will talk over what they'll do in the event of whether she makes or misses these free throws. So we're going to keep it here through this timeout because the game is almost over. But this has been a very entertaining basketball game. It's been a lot of ebb and flow, a lot of intensity, a lot of momentum shifts, a lot of emotion, all the sorts of things that you want to have on a Friday night here in high school basketball game. And we're glad you're with us for coverage, whether you're listening on the radio on WLAQ or Northwest Georgia Media. It's always an absolute privilege and pleasure to have the opportunity to bring you coverage of these games. We have such a good time with this. No place any of us would rather be than hanging out in the gym when high school basketball season rolls around. We got another one coming up for you. Hey, we got some boys basketball for you after this one, and looking forward to it. The Model Blue Devils looking for their first win of the season on the boys side after playing a couple of really tough teams to start the season. But certainly no need to panic there. That's the way they want it. Iron sharpens iron. Model's always going to schedule tough games, whether it's the boys or the girls, and try to get better. And Model's played some good basketball so far. Going to try to notch that first win on the boys side tonight. But Samples now at the free throw line. We get ready for her first shot of the pair after the timeout. And first one's on the way, and that one's through. She's made 5 in a row here in this second half of the ball game. Man, clutch free throw shooting from Javia Samples, helping the team out tonight. Second one on the way. That one's off the front of the rim. Ball pinballs off a couple of players. Betts comes out with it. 19 seconds. Pointer over to Samples. Shot clock is off, and Model's going to attempt to try to dribble this thing out. 12 seconds on the clock. They lead it 44-38, and now they're going to foul Samples and put a free throw shooter. That's exactly who you want up there if you're Model at this point in time. The player with a hot hand from the line at the free throw line. So Samples at the line again, where she has been stellar here in the third and fourth quarters of the ball game. Shot on the way. That was going to be missed. So she'll get ready for her second free throw of the pair with 7.7 seconds left on the clock. And I believe Model's going to get this one. But it took a lot of effort, no doubt. Shot is through. And Model is going to have a 44-38 lead. 4 seconds left on the clock. 2 seconds. Last shot of the game, and that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, your Model Lady Devils are the winners of a really tough battle tonight over the Bremen Lady Devils. Again, credit where credit is due to the Bremen Lady Devils and their head coach, Williams. They did a fine job tonight. Great performance for them, but they came up short as Model ends up winning this one by a final score of 46-38. That is your final score. We got about 15 minutes until we start our nightcap here. But again, congratulations to the Model Lady Devils. They win this one 46-38, your final score. Quick 2-minute break. We'll come back, run down the scoring, and we'll get you ready for the start of our second game here in just a couple of moments. Again, Model basketball coverage on WLAQ and the Northwest Georgia live stream. Northwest Georgia Media live stream. We're back in 2 minutes.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
All right, we welcome you back inside Woodard Gymnasium, where we're getting ready for the boys' game to begin in a little less than 13 minutes. So we'll go ahead and recap the girls' game for you, break down the scoring from our first game, which was successful for the Model Lady Devils as they pick up their second region win of the season to improve to 2-0 in that category and 4-0 overall. And they won 46-38 over a really good Bremen basketball team. I'll have to admit, I may have personally underestimated them just a little bit. Looking at the opponents that they played throughout this year, that's a really competitive basketball team, no doubt about it. But for the Bremen Lady Devils, who came up just a little bit short in that one, Cindy Claire Redding would have 3 points, 1 point for Annabelle Langley. It would be a 3-point night for Caitlin Hubbard, 6 points for Maya Edwards, 5 points for Anna Claire Arp, 5 points for Savannah Langley, 2 points for Daly Sheets. And then the leading scorer of the game tonight overall was Marley Deringer. She would pick up 14 points there for Bremen. That should add up to their 38 points. Meanwhile, for the victorious Model Lady Devils, they would pick up 9 points from Javia Samples. Boy, clutch free throw shooting there in the third and fourth quarters. I believe she was 7 of 8 from the charity stripe, scored 9 points overall. Sasha Woods had 7 points for August Betts as well. Eva Pointer, she would have 6 points in the game, had a stellar night defensively as well. 2 points for Jada Wells, 3 points, a clutch three-pointer in the third quarter for Sadie Rotten. And then the leading scorer tonight for the Lady Devils was freshman Cam Sanders. She would have 11 points. 9 of the 11 were in the second half of the ball game, and 7 of those were in the third quarter, and she really helped her team down the stretch to pull away for the win. But I got to tell you, that Bremen team has no quit in them. They were down, I think, by 13 points fairly late in the game, and they stormed back and cut it to a 41-36 point game with 2:32 left to go, and finally Model was able to put them away, but they just would not let Model close the game out, and just played a great game. So again, great performance for both teams, but Model comes out victorious 46-38 to improve to 4-0 overall, 2-0 in region play. And that's going to put a wrap on our girls broadcast. What we're going to do for you now is send it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout. Going to take a lot of breaks as we get ready for the start of our second game, because I got to fill out the scorebook for the guys game. I just now, thanks to Grayson Atkins, PA announcer, was able to get their roster. So we're going to do that. We'll step out for 3 minutes. We'll come back for Model and Bremen, the pregame show for the boys game after these messages on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media. We'll be back in 3.